Hello everyone, as the title of the video suggests, I've made a level in Bonelab. In fact, I've made more than one actually. I've always been a huge fan of making levels and maps and things like that in different video games. I used to spend hours in Halo Forge back in the day, and I've spent hours in Rec Room VR making levels or goofy things. If you guys want to see that, I guess I could show that for a video or something like that. So anyway, as soon as I knew I could make levels in Bonelab, I went straight to try and learning how to do so. Now, this video isn't meant to teach you how to make a Bonelab level or anything like that, but if you want to know, I'll leave links in the description to all the resources I used, and if you want more, just let me know in the comments below if you want a tutorial or anything else. Now, I'm not the best with that sort of thing, but I would be willing to give it a try if enough of you really do want that. Now, as for the Bonelab levels, what are they and how can you get them? Well, the first one was a random funny idea I had about climbing some stairs. I call it 5 easy steps, and the concept is that each step in the staircase is really high up, so you need to find ways to get to each step while avoiding skeletons and other enemies. This map didn't take me very long. I think it took me like a couple of days at most, or whatever, but I could have spent longer on it, maybe polish some more things, like some of the textures and the positions of certain things, and kind of made it a little bit more obvious of what to do on certain bits. Maybe I could have made it impossible to use the Nimbus gun or whatever it was called. Maybe I could have made it impossible to use that or something with more time, but I don't know. I do know some basics of Blender, so with more time I could have added some custom models or done any number of those things like that. So maybe for the next map and going forward, I could do that. I would definitely love to go through and make things look and play much better. But for now, just consider 5 easy steps as a sort of prototype, or my first small steps towards making a Bonelab level, or maybe just consider it a little bit of inspiration for yourselves. It doesn't take much more than some basic knowledge of Unity and stuff like that, plus some tutorials and things like that to really get you started on making some levels in Bonelab. It's quite easy. Now, the second map I made was very basic. It wasn't really any specific thing. It wasn't any kind of challenge. It wasn't a puzzle or anything like that. It was just a basic little sandbox. It was something that has been kind of stuck in my head for years now. It's just a basic hilly sandbox level with some cubes. I kind of want to revisit this idea someday because I've had a few ideas on things that could be cooler or done better or whatever else like that. And ultimately, it wasn't exactly what I've been imagining for so long. Not to mention that the way I made the terrain was super wonky, so like it's like way larger than it needs to be. Like there's a huge flat area somewhere on the other side of the hills. It's a little bit weird. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's a little bit of a shorter video here today because we're getting ready for Thanksgiving and everything like that, so it's gonna be a little bit of a wacky week here. But yeah, as I said, that's pretty much it. If you want to download either of these maps, you can find them on mod.io. I'll leave links for them in the description or whatever else. They should work on Quest. I have no idea or no way really to test them on PC. I've gotten a comment already saying that it doesn't work on PC though, so do with that what you will. Something I want to do going forward as well is to learn some more about scripting or setting up events or something, so that maybe I can make some more puzzly maps in the future, or just something more interesting. I think it can also help with performance in some ways. Not that the maps that I've released so far are terribly unoptimized or anything like that. I think they run perfectly fine. But in the 5 easy steps map, the enemies all exist all the time rather than being loaded in when you get closer to them, how it does in the main game. In the main game, the enemies disappear when you get so far away, and once you get close, they come into existence. That's not how it is in this. I don't know how to do that. Maybe with some more time I could. The same thing is true with every item and structure in the game. They all exist all the time, so it's a little bit wonky. But I would love to learn how to make some custom items too. That's another thing that I'm hoping to figure out, so I can upload some special weapon mods or something. Maybe some funny flags or picket signs with beams on them, or a gun that fires bananas or something like that. Just so many things that I would love to have in Bonelab that I'd love to make and share with all of you. For now, though, that is going to have to be something I do on the side as time goes by. Let me know what kind of levels you would love to see me try my hands at making, and maybe I'll try making some of them for a stream or something. I think that could be pretty fun. But yeah, I'll see you next Wednesday for another VR video, so have a good Thanksgiving and inevitable holiday shopping spree. Until then, and remember to stay asleep.